Hello, welcome to See What Sticks, a podcast about everything and nothing. I'm Russell.
And I'm Emma coming at you again for another episode.
Okay, that's a lot of enthusiasm. So this is our official first full week of 2018, even though we're recording this a couple weeks ahead.
Whoop,
So the
whoop.
world could have exploded by now, but this podcast is still coming out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay, so what we're going to talk about is music, because I don't think we've ever talked about that on the...
music.
Yeah, we haven't talked about that on the podcast. So, Emma, what are some of your favorite bands, artists, albums, or genres?
Alright, I'll start out with one of my favorites is Chet Faker. I adore Chet Faker.
Because his voice sounds like gravel.
A little bit.
Nice.
A little bit. Chet Faker, Alt J, Glass Animals. I do enjoy a little Lord every once in a while. Throw that one in there for a little mix up. Other than that, it really honestly just switches around from like drum to anything. Anything but screamo.
Yeah, I don't do screamo and I don't do country music. I hate country music.
I don't like listening to it, but being where I live, it is an incredibly common music genre, so I kind of have just gotten used to like hearing it, but not really hearing it. Y'all know what I'm talking about. You just kind of tune it out. But
She just said y'all, so yeah, you know.
oh my gosh, Mr. Both
Yeah, I'm
and
from
a
Chicago.
snack
I
and a
say both.
backpack.
Yep.
Speaking of the whole both thing, it actually made me laugh because I've always made fun of Russell for saying both, but we were actually shopping in the Chicago area, and there were these like
Basic women.
very like middle school girl, and there were probably a group of like 3 or 4 of them. I couldn't even tell. I was in the changing room next to them, but Russell's outside of the fitting room, and these girls were like, "Oh my god, Veronica!" And they actually were speaking like that. And I know I have a really like squeaky basic voice, but this was like 10 times worse, if you can only imagine. And one of them was like, "I don't know if I should get both of them or not." And I was like, wow, this is actually a thing. Like, it was kind of eye-opening. Some people actually say that. Like,
It's not that big of a thing. Most people don't notice I say both instead of both.
it just sounds so goofy when you said
But
that.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
But back to music. Both and back to music. So, I totally forgot what you were saying about music.
We were talking about how you hated country music.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So, country music, in my personal opinion, if you like country music, that's awesome. Good for you. Listen to all the country music you want. But in my opinion, country music is hot trash. And I have legitimately walked out of stores because they were playing it. Emma knows I've done this because I've been with her.
Yep.
We've been into a store, some country boy will survive or whatever, or some good old boy song. I'm like, I can't be part of this, and I've legitimately walked to my car. Now, that may make me sound a little intolerant. You're probably right.
He's the most intolerant person in the world to anything ever.
That is not true.
That's totally true.
I have my strings of not liking music and other things.
You're so intolerant.
I'm not racist.
I didn't say anything about being racist, did I?
No.
You're the one that brought that one up.
Oh
I
no,
wasn't
that's
even...
incriminating.
Yeah, I wasn't even going there.
But wait, what am I intolerant about? Okay,
There's like a lot of things. It's like really dumb little things, but man, if someone...
stupidity.
Yeah, if
Not
someone,
like okay, on this podcast
he
we
hates
say dumb
uneducated
stuff.
people.
Okay, I don't. It's not uneducated people. I hate when people are blatantly stupid in public and do or say really, really dumb things.
He hates inconsiderate people, not stupid people.
No,
he hates inconsiderate
like
people.
if someone's in front of me and say like here, let's give you a scenario. If they're in front of me in line and let's say I'm at like Whole Foods, which is like the whitest thing I could have said. Let's say
Starbucks.
Yeah, it's basically like saying Starbucks. Let's say I'm at Trader Joe's, which is less white but still pretty white.
Man, you need to say something like Walmart or
yeah. Let's say I'm at
Walmart.
a
It's the most everything people store.
Let's say I'm at a Walmart and I'm checking out, and there's someone in front of me who's just really uneducated and extremely rude to the cashier or the person checking you out, whatever the proper term for that person is.
Cashier.
And they don't say thank you to the bag person, or they're just rude about checking out, or they start some sort of like fuss about a paying thing, even though it's like one of the things that's like, okay, you can be nice about this. Like, someone made a mistake. They've been doing this for the last 6 hours.
See, the thing is, you leave over things like that, but unfortunately for me, if I were to do that, I literally would never get anything done ever, because it's everywhere I go. I mean, actually, Russ and I were shopping once again in Chicago area. We went to this, like, little tiny Starbucks kiosk in the mall. It's very strangely, it's kind of cool. It's like a little cube. But anyway, we went in there, and the line was super long, but we were able to get in and shut the door behind us. And
so it was part of, so what she's saying...
excuse me.
Okay.
Interrupt much?
Okay,
turd
sorry.
in the sandbox? If you're gonna make turd, go lay in the yard. Anyway... this dude in front of us, like, so there's a line, blah, 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 there's a lady at the register, and then a couple people back, there's this guy, and she's, like, older. I mean, I'm not saying old, she's probably, like, middle-aged, I guess.
She's probably, like, 65. She's a little older, but she's not, like, elderly.
Well, probably younger than 65. She knew how to get the app on her phone. That's a pretty big deal for most 65-year-old people. Anyway, so she's got the Starbucks app, and she's trying to figure out how to, like, use it to pay. For most of you that may or may not know, you either shake the phone or you tap the pay button. I'm unfortunately I would probably be able to do that in my sleep.
Yeah.
But anyway, so she's not used to it. She's trying to figure it out. The cashier is, like, you could just totally tell is exhausted from, like, probably this massive influx of people all day. And they're trying to, like, figure out how to explain it to her. And this guy in line behind her just,
so
like,
rude.
Yells. I mean, it wasn't, like, a little, like, hey, excuse me. It was, like, shake the damn phone. And I'm so sorry if I deafened you.
It was not, like, shake the... It was, like, shake the damn phone.
Yeah, it was, like, super mean. And it was, like... super aggressive, and so she's like, oh, okay, and so she shook it, but I'm just like, why do you have to act like that?
So the place we were in, so it was like, you know, if you've ever been in a grocery store, or they have them like Target or airports, where they have like the Starbucks, but it's the same as normal Starbucks, but it's really little. Think of that
kiosk.
Yeah, think of it if it was its own private building, and so there's not really standing room and there's no seats, so we're all like lined up against a wall, and this happened. I literally turned to Emma and I'm like, we're leaving.
Okay, you didn't say we were leaving. You're like, you want to go somewhere else?
I looked at her like we got to get out of here now kind of thing. Like, please.
Mister, we are leaving.
But,
sure.
But it was like I'm going to lose my goddamn shit right now if I have to hear this awful person say any more stuff, because you can't interject.
Had a nasty attitude. Yeah, as soon as you say something or interject, all that gets turned towards you, and it just gets even worse. We've all seen those Facebook videos. Ain't nobody want to be in the next one.
Yeah, and it's just like one of those, I just want to step out of the situation, and there are situations where you can help and be like, excuse me, sir, but this wasn't one of those.
Unfortunately for me, I used to work in retail, so I'm like way more adept to people acting like that all the time, just because I literally had people throw cans of dog food at my face.
She worked at PetSmart. Yeah, she didn't work at like Kohl's and have people throw PetSmart.
I worked at PetSmart, and man, you know, I get it. We all love our animals. I'm like one of the first people to be like, I love my dogs, and I would do anything for them. I'm sorry if we don't carry lamb and rice puppy formula and canned food in the 12-ounce can rather than the 8-ounce can. That's not my fault. I'm just some random-ass retail worker that corporate probably doesn't even know my name. They know my number, and that's about it. Like any other retail worker. Please don't take out your entire year's long of frustrations on me because we don't have a 12-ounce can of puppy food.
Yeah.
Like,
so my intolerance for stupidity, so like that, where someone will do that, or like in checking out in line, kind of what I was saying earlier, but I just can't stand that, and I can't stand, there's just like certain people that you know when you walk into a store and get behind them, it's just, oh my god, and you have to like sit through it. And there's been times where I've had to, like, say something, and then it turns on me, and their, like, level of dumb rubs off on me, and then I just get upset for the rest of the day that someone so stupid had to talk to me. And I'm not saying that I'm, like, some smart elitist person. I just am considerate enough to be, like, not a dick. That's my biggest thing.
That's the rule of life. Don't be a dick.
Yeah.
That's seriously, like, the best thing to live by is don't be a dick.
Or if you're dumb, and you have nothing nice to say.
Inconsiderate. If you say dumb, that more so means someone who wasn't able to get a solid education, and that's not fair.
If you're inconsiderate and like rude, just don't open your mouth. Just go on with your day.
Literally, we've all heard it. If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all.
Just if everything that's going to come out of your mouth is shit, just keep it closed. No one wants to put up with it. And
everybody does.
Like last night, there was just these people in front of me. We were at a Meijer.
Yeah, he heard.
Meijer.
Yeah, he heard.
Getting some groceries, and there's just like these two dudes who, if you're in a frat, that's awesome. But these guys were like frat stars. They were both frat Jesus, and they were legitimately mocking the old woman in front of them in line. and the old woman could not tell, but it made me want to go straight Hulk mode. Like, so it was like a small older woman with like a grocery cart with her like one apple and her like and her one thing of cottage cheese.
Grocery store trips crack me up a little bit. It's kind of sad, but it's kind of entertaining. So, that's awesome.
It's like her one bottle of wine, her like applesauce, her cottage cheese, her single apple and banana, and like one frozen meal kind of thing in a full cart, like in an empty cart. And she was going really slow, and it was just like, I mean, she was like drove there and was doing her thing. That's awesome. But the two frat dudes behind her were like, ugh. And I'm like, dude, there's self-checkout right next to you. I'm sorry that you have to have your 2 racks of hams, and like you're gonna go to a super cool party, but like, don't be rude to this old woman or mock her, or pretend to be like shaking behind her. Like, I can't.
I would have said something had I been with you. That's very fortunate.
I was like,
you're better at biting your tongue on stuff like that than I am.
Yeah,
fortunately,
I'm better at just like walking away. Unless they actually pushed her. If they pushed her, I would have been like, okay, this is going to become a thing.
Oh no, even if people do that, I call them out on it because I want the person like
who's being made fun of.
Well, I don't really want them to know because that makes it feel worse, but I want everyone else around us to know that they're being assholes kind of thing. So I'm like, you know what? You're all about being Mr. Wisecrack. Let's see if you can do it on stage in front of everyone else now.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, it pisses me off when people are like that. Like, you really have nothing else to do in your life. Seriously?
Okay, that's our tangent about dumb. That's our tangent about people just because we've had to go through.
Inconsiderate assholes.
Well, we're recording this right after Christmas, and
I don't care whether it's Christmas. You know, I used to think it was. It has nothing to do with
it. Well, I think that we've seen it a lot recently because we've been out shopping around Christmas, and there's just more stupid, concentrated.
See, I have also family members that work in retail. One of my family members works actually at Kohl's. And, I mean, the shit you hear. I mean, people literally take shits in the fitting rooms.
What?
Dead serious. We're gonna have a little story time now. I ain't gonna tell anybody who's who and where. But, at this particular retail store, cough, cough, they can see cameras. It's not like you're hidden from anybody. For some stupid reason, people think that they are. There's someone sitting in an office watching you in that store. And this dude straight up took, like...
a dump?
No, a handful of ladies' lingerie. And, like, took a huge, like, diarrhea dump in the fitting room. And wiped with the lingerie. And left it all in there.
Ugh.
There's bathrooms, y'all, in a retail store. Believe it or not.
Maybe it's like what he gets his kicks doing. Because
there's also people that go in there and pee in them. They like pee on a pile of clothes and leave it.
Ugh.
Seriously, people do some really shit, creepy, like twisted crap in retail stores. I don't know why it's a thing. It's just creepy.
I remember when I was young. Okay, we'll get back to music in a sec. But I remember when I was young. On that note, I didn't understand it until later. But I was at a retail store at this big, it's like an outdoor kind of mall, but it's a mall, but each store is separate.
Yeah.
And I was with one of the foreign exchange students that we had, and there was like, we were like walking around. It was when Marshall Fields still existed. That was the thing. And I remember we were walking around because it was like around one of my parents' birthdays or something. And I remember there's this guy with his hand in his pants or something, kind of in front of me, seriously, in front of me, and my like foreign exchange student like kind of like turned me around the other way, and looking back at him, like, this dude was like beating his meat.
Ew.
In the store to like a mannequin. Like, I just remember it really vividly in my head. But now thinking, like, when I was a kid, I was like, why didn't you want me to go over there? Why was that weird? But now looking, I'm like, oh my god.
You know, you remember when, like, all the color-changing clothes were, like, a thing? Like, the color-changing fabric where you put your hand on it and it would leave, like, a handprint and the fabric would lighten or darken?
Yes.
Okay, first of all, what? Because if it heats up and changes color, why the hell are you going to wear it? Because the whole thing's going to heat up to your body heat. Okay, anyway, like, it was such a thing for people to put handprints all over the mannequin's boobs.
Really?
Because it would, like, heat up, yeah, and it would, like, show, like, a handprint.
I'm an only child who's, like, a guy. I didn't really go to a lot of, like, department stores to shop.
I didn't
ever. Okay, let's get back to music. That was one of our classic See What Sticks rants about things in our life.
Yes.
Yeah, people annoy me. That's the takeaway from that, is people can be aggravating, and apparently we have to take it out in a public forum like this podcast.
Yes. Yeah, it's usually frowned upon just to punch people.
Yeah, no, that's not good. I don't want to get an assault charge.
No.
But, yeah, no, so going back to country music.
You're still ranting.
Okay, I'm sorry. I don't like country music. I've just never...
Next.
Next. I don't like death metal.
Yes, agree. Okay, I'm not gonna say I don't like something. I just prefer not to listen to it.
Yeah.
I can understand where people enjoy it. I just personally do not. It's just a heighten my aggravation towards everything, and I don't need that.
I like aggressive music, but there's something different between aggressive and like hateful. There's a fine line.
Yeah.
Where I'll listen to a lot of like aggressive kind of music, but when you get into like the death metal,
Yellow Wolf.
Yeah, when you get into like death metal and like screamo and stuff, I mean, yeah, there is an art form there. I'm not saying it's not art, but there's this like level of anger and hate there that I'm just like not cool with. And I just don't like listening to it. I've had friends turn it on in my car, and I'm like, "Can we please change the song?" Like this is making me upset while driving, and I don't want to get road rage. What's a thing?
What's a band that you like?
What's a band that I like?
You like that you hate and you're gonna rant.
Oh yeah, sorry. There's a lot of hate in my heart today.
I've noticed.
Bands
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, Merry Christmas. They're listening to this 2 weeks after Christmas.
Hey, you know what? Yeah. Life is Christmas.
It is. What's a band that I like? I mean, I like a lot of bands.
I was going to say, can you not find one? Because I could probably name a huge list of bands that you like.
I think my favorite band of all time is The Killers. What?
Mm-hmm.
If I was going to do like
Brandon Flowers.
Brandon Flowers is my boy. I think my top 10 or 15 of all time. Let's see. Probably, besides The Killers, I love The Strokes, Red Hot Chili Peppers, but I don't know. Lately, I've been going through their discography, and I like a lot of their stuff, but they're one of those bands where I've seen them live a few times, and I love 15, maybe 20 of their songs, maybe 25 out of the, let's say, 85. So I don't know if I'd say it's a favorite band. Some of their songs are my favorite songs, but I wouldn't say they're my favorite band. I love Dave Matthews, and that's probably okay. That's like whatever. That's some sort of stereotypical white guy band to like. I love Dave Matthews, and I love Fish, and those are two like okay, bro, kind of bands. But I do like those bands a lot. I love the Postal Service, which is the singer from Death Cab for Cutie. If you guys know who that is, it's another hipster indie band. But Postal Service only ever had one album, and I actually saw them at Lollapalooza a couple years in 2013, and that was like the last show they've ever done. I saw them there, and it was pretty cool, if I do say so myself.
Junior.
Yeah, Junior. Did you know their name used to be Dale
Junior,
and then they had to change. Yeah, they had to change it.
I did know that. Ms. Mister.
Oh my god, I totally forgot about Ms. Mister. Oh boy.
Yep. Neon Trees. I was a pretty big Neon Trees fan.
They fell off.
They did. It makes me kind of sad. I really did like them when they were a little more.
Let me go through my Spotify 1 second. Let's do this.
We gotta crack open the vault of Spotify.
So I have to keep saying things to fill up this dead space. I'm opening Spotify right now.
Michael Bublé, but only the Christmas album. I'm sorry, y'all who like him every other time of the year, but no, Michael Bublé Christmas.
The song about him and his wife is really nice. It's like, they haven't met you yet.
It's because so I danced when that like originally came out.
You mean you dance?
Huh?
You dance?
I dance. And when I was in my dance classes, that was like the one song they played all the time. So when you hear that like 3 times a day for almost a year, it literally makes you want to punch
burn into
someone.
your soul.
And it was playing at Kohl's, and it was playing at every freaking store. It just was like, it's a great song, guys. It is, but calm down a little bit. Oh, Halsey.
Oh, okay.
Love Halsey with a passion. I love everything she's about as like a person, and I love her music.
And everything that we're gonna name, if you don't know one of these artists or bands, check them out. They're all really good.
Check them out.
Okay,
Logic.
So, Logic, the rapper.
Much loved Logic.
Yeah, Logic is good. He's become kind of, I don't want to be, he's very mainstream now. He used to be quite underground, and it's not bad that someone's mainstream. I'm not going to be like that.
Yeah.
But he's become very pop culture, which is cool. Good for him. Good for his success.
G-Eazy, I used to be, I'm going to be real, I didn't like G-Eazy at first. But
I'm liking him less and less.
He's
I'm going the reverse.
Grow on me now a little bit. I think it's because you and I have a little bit different taste in what we like for that style of music.
Yeah, G-Eazy has a very specific style of hip-hop, and it's not bad. It's not. but I used to like him a lot more than I do, and that doesn't mean he's any less good of an artist.
Somewhat up and coming, but definitely not something you would listen to like go party or anything. Be Lolo. She was opening for Hoodie Allen for a while. I remember when he was on tour for like a couple.
It was like 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah, she's fantastic. Her voice is stunning, and she's very naturally gifted with her voice.
Nice. I'm just looking at my most recent searches on my Spotify, and I'll read them off. The first one is a band, and their name is Hail Mary Mallon. It's hip-hop, so if you don't like hip-hop, I don't know if I'd look them up, but it's Hail Mary Mallon. Mary Mallon was a cook in New York who gave everyone smallpox. And And then after that's Weezer, Dave Matthews, Bare Naked Ladies, the Mighty Mighty Boss Tones, Julian Casablancas, who's the lead singer for The Strokes. So good. Love The Strokes, love Julian. Then Michael Bublé, Young the Giant, and Atlas Genius. Those are just the artists I've looked up in the last day, just listening to music in my car. Tovlo, yeah.
I'm digging... See, we disagree on how to say it. Tovlo or Tuvlo. I say Tuvlo because they just switch the first 2 letters around, where it's like love to, but
I think it's Tovlo.
I don't think it's Tovlo, because what is loaf?
Well, I think...
See, I think it's Tuvlo. Every time I've heard it's Tuvlo.
Really? Okay.
I guess. I don't see... That's one of those you're not sure, like, moo. Is it Mo? Is it Moo?
It's Moo, because the O with the line through is...
So many people call her Mo. So it's confusing. Like, maybe Rihanna? Everyone's called her Rihanna for how many years? Rihanna. And now it's Rihanna, and that came out like 6 months ago, and everyone was just like, wow, we're awful people.
Another one that's... I've been getting into more and more. I like a lot of hip-hop. Not as much like super, super modern hip-hop. I mean, I do. But I've been like going back, listening to a lot of Wu-Tang Clan recently. It's incredible. They're so talented, such a talented group of guys. Also on that path, I've been doing a lot of Vince Staples, who's modern artist, but super intellectual, super good. A lot of Kendrick Lamar, of course. Danny Brown, Mellow Hype, Earl Sweatshirt. Just under hip hop. Then I was listening to the Shins, which is
Tyler the Creator.
Tyler the Creator
for sure.
Tyler the Creator is one of the most interesting people in hip hop, just because he's like an enigma. No one can like get to what he really is. He always is doing something new and surprising. And he always kind of has something to say.
Flatbush Zombies.
Yes, Flatbush Zombies.
They're so like you can't even really find them anywhere.
They're Beast Coast hip hop.
Yes, they are. Another one that unfortunately has kind of turned basic-y over the last few months would be Major Lazer. I still am a huge fan of them, but unfortunately they're starting to like turn towards the basic middle school white girl demographic, and it's kind of losing me, and it's very upsetting because I really did like their stuff for a long time, but it's just like
I've always been kind of a fan. Diplo kind of looks like a young version of my dad.
Diplo's a very attractive man. He's like middle-aged with a few kids, and he is still very,
let's look.
very
How old
good
is
looking.
Diplo?
I think he's like 40-something, 46.
Let's look. For all of you out there guessing how old Diplo is, I'm about to do
How old's Diplo, guys? We thought so too.
Diplo is doesn't say Diplo.
Right there. Oh, okay, yep, that's cool.
Age, not Africa. Diplo age. Diplo's 39.
Oh, wow, I was a little off, but I haven't really seen him up close, guys. So.
MIA is his like manager. Or he's signed under her.
That.
She's 42. Man, she looks good.
There's a lot of really good looking people out there, I'm gonna be real.
Who else is like good artists? I've never been a big EDM electronica kind of person. I know Major Lazer isn't. They're like reggae and a bunch of other things, which I do love reggae. But I don't know. I think the whole Major Lazer thing has just been, I've always seen it as like a party music, and I'm not a huge fan of party music.
I'm only in the mood for it. I mean, it sounds...
At a party?
Well, not even that. If I'm like... Guys do this, I think, but like not as much. When you're like just getting out of the shower to do like your hair and your makeup and your outfit to go to a party or something.
Yeah, when I do my makeup, I'm definitely Major Lazer guy.
Major Lazer is like the kind of stuff I like to listen to because it gets you like all excited to go somewhere and it gets you kind of in the mood to do it. But like it's not really something. Oh, David Guetta.
David Guetta's face in this picture. He just looks like, have you seen this man?
That was your picture you showed me earlier.
Yeah.
Someone I don't like, which is an incredibly unpopular opinion, is Shakira. I do not like her music.
Shakira. I was just looking up. If you type in Diplo's like related artists, if there's one of Justin Bieber's face, he has like a goatee thing going on. I
know you don't like him.
He's just not for me. His music is not for my demographic.
Migos.
Migos, I love.
T-shirt.
Migos is amazing.
Yes.
Well, they are amazing, but I understand why people would judge me for
Vince
liking
Staples.
Migos.
I like Vince Staples.
On this list, so this list right here, I'm just looking. Let's just name off: Busta Rhymes, fan; Skrillex,
occasional fan. Depends
when
on
I was 15.
Yeah.
I don't know who.
Case Stylist, I've never heard of. I'm so sorry.
Someone out there is probably like, dude, how have you not heard of him? He's like the best.
DJ Snake's alright. It's like a very rare occasion
I think
that I'll listen
maybe
to,
I know
like,
what. All of the DJ Snake and like Tiesto, Marshmello, I can tell the difference because there's like a few famous songs, but DJ Snake sounds like every other.
Baby Rexha, I really like Baby Rexha.
I don't even know what the hell that is.
I'll have to play some for you on the way home.
So DJ Snake, not a fan. Justin Bieber, not my demographic, not a fan. I mean, whatever. I have my own personal opinion about him. He's probably a cool dude, but he's crashed a Lamborghini and stole a monkey or something. So that's probably not cool. Dylan Francis, I mean, he like personality-wise in interviews and stuff, he seems pretty funny. Steve Aoki, cool. His dad invented Benihana and was an Olympic athlete. Mo, she's just whatever to me.
Okay, so unfortunately for me, Russell and I have a quote-unquote mutual person that we know. I'm not even going to call him a friend, who is an incredible fan of Moo.
Just an acquaintance.
Yeah, and unfortunately because of his incredible fandom of Moo and my severe hatred of him, it's just kind of bled into me not enjoying Moo because it makes me think of him.
It's, you know, when a person like ruins a movie or song, like
yes.
say if you've ever dated someone and their favorite movie was like
Nemo.
Mulan. Okay.
Okay.
Let's say that was their favorite movie and you liked it just because you're like, oh yeah, it's a good movie. Then you had like a breakup or whatever with them. This person isn't someone who Emma dated, but this is just like that. When you break up, you're like, every time you think of that artist, it associates with this person, and you just, I can't anymore. It's like one of those. But Moo, whatever. Yeah, she's whatever. She's talented, I guess.
She's good, yeah.
Tiesto, I don't think I'd know one song by him. He's a DJ.
I don't particularly care for him.
Afrojack? I don't care.
Okay.
Jillionaire. The other guy from Major Lazer. Mm-hmm. Isn't Afrojack in Major Lazer as well? Aren't all three?
I like them to listen to, but I'm not really good about reading up on the actual. MIA. If I'm going to be real, she kind of gives me a headache if I listen to more than like 2 songs in a row.
The only song I really like by her,
Paper Planes. Yeah, she's got. I love Paper Planes. We already talked about David Guetta. Calvin Harris, I do like.
What was his when he got really big? It's like,
Summer.
I'm sorry.
You're just totally confused. I butchered whatever.
What's he had like the music video and there's like a horse on it or whatever. I'm looking this up.
My favorite by him is Summer, but I'm not entirely. I know what you're talking about, but I can't remember right now.
Sorry. I am really everyone else out there. People who are listening are like either they don't know who I'm talking about or what I'm talking about, or they do and they're frustrated. Are you looking up Calvin Harris?
My Way was another favorite of mine.
Wait, go back. It's like one of these.
It's not. It's
this album.
Thinking of the horse.
It's this album.
18 months.
Feel so close to you. That's the one.
Man,
Sorry, I just knocked the table. And I'm sure it deafened everyone.
Look at
the spike. Sorry. Okay.
Love Calvin Harris. Martin Garrix. He had that
Animals.
whole Animals song.
I like Animals.
It was good, but it got to be.
Avicii.
I do like
levels.
Avicii.
Okay.
Anyway, I love Avicii. I do.
Riff Raff. I was him for Halloween one year, and I pulled it off.
Yeah, you kind of do look like.
I don't look like him. It's just because we're both. I don't look like Riff Raff.
If you went on
if I went on a real bender,
like crack cocaine bender for like maybe 6 months, that's you.
He has a BET tattoo on his neck. I don't think I'd do that.
Why do you do anything on crack? I'm pretty sure
crack's a hell of a drug. But Riff Raff, his music is just like party music.
Who's Kai? I have no idea.
I don't know who that is. Who's CL?
No idea. Will She Fire? I don't know.
Don't know who that is. The Weeknd.
Cannot stand.
I like the song.
The Weeknd.
Okay, I like the song.
Please,
I'm going to be honest. I heard the song Starboy in one too many Ubers, and now I like it.
I'm the other way around. I heard it too many times, and I hate it now. It's just because it was on the radio all the time. Marshmello, I do like. Again, it's kind of an occasional.
Zed.
Yes.
Nicki Minaj, not a fan, but I know you like her.
I like Nicki Minaj, and again, that's another like occasional listen, but it's not like a constant kind of thing.
Yeah.
Future, yes.
You're a Future fan. I like the song. I like 2 songs. I like Mask Off and I Got the Keys. Those are the only two. Those are the only two
Yes.
Future songs I like.
I don't like Drake. I know that's super unpopular opinion based, but like I just
Drake. I like 5 songs.
He's really like. I'm so sorry, but he's kind of whiny for me. He's like he is the country version of rap.
Yeah, I can see
Someone
that.
stole my tractor and now my life sucks. And it's literally someone stole
So
my
my mom.
Lambo.
Someone stole my mom.
Yeah,
now
now
my
my
life.
life sucks. And I'm like, oh no, too many similarities. Chris Brown kind of
Well,
fell
Chris
off.
Brown is a pile of human garbage. So
Yeah.
if
Lil
you beat up a woman or whatever, you're
Yeah.
just the worst.
Lil Wayne though.
Lil Wayne
That's
is
like
irrelevant.
childhood for everybody.
He's
though.
like 50 Cent.
He's irrelevant now, but man, when we were all kids, that
Lil Wayne was
like-
hard.
Also, let's be real. It's kind of weird to look back now because I'm sure most of you listening are around our age or a little older. We used to be kids. We're not now. It's kind of unfortunate if you really sit and think about it. We're not kids
I
anymore.
went through one of my playlists I made like forever ago, and
Yeah.
I'm like, what the hell was I thinking?
Yes.
I'm like, why did I think this
Yes.
was cool?
Meek Mill.
Meek Mill, fan, not a huge fan of all of his work, but
Yes.
a lot of stuff he's featured on. Rick Ross, it just sounds like a car starting up, and I know that's an unpopular opinion, but he's a talented musician. Have you seen Rick Ross like fit? That's not real. But
It's definitely photoshopped.
No, it's like Rick Ross on Lil Wayne's body. Rick Ross, 2017. He got like skinny-ish. Yeah, he lost a bunch of weight.
He looks good.
Killer
Mike.
Oh no.
Killer Mike.
That's
a painting, by the
fantastic. It's a painting.
Yeah.
Killer Mike, fantastic. ELP, the two guys in Run the Jewels.
Run the Jewels in general. Yes. They
Big fan.
are. And we actually, Russell and I, were fortunate enough to see them
We were like,
front row at Lollapalooza this last year, and it was such an incredible show. They brought a younger gentleman up on stage that was in the crowd that was like, "Please let me rap, Legend Has It."
no, he didn't want to rap Legend Has It. He had a Run the Jewels poster he made, and they're like, bring the kid
No,
up.
it said, "I want to rap Legend
Oh,
Has It."
it
It says something about like, "Let me rap it," or something like the first verse or something. So they brought him up, and y'all need to look it up on YouTube. 2017 Lollapalooza, Run the Jewels, Legend Has It, and this kid
He nails
held
it.
and he's like
Acapella.
he's like this little skinny white kid too, and Killer Mike picks. It's just such a cool show. Fantastic time. Fantastic time.
I think going away from hip hop, I mean, I think everyone loves Eminem, or not everyone, but Eminem's kind of a staple.
He is a staple.
He's one of the first rappers that you get into if you like get into rap as a young white kid from the suburbs.
Yes.
So that he was like my first introduction to rap. But I love him. I mean, if you're going like old school, I love the Fugees, things like that.
Yeah. The Eiley brothers.
Yeah. I think going into stereotypical white guy music in college, I'm a huge Vampire Weekend fan.
So you start losing me on this because this is
Yeah,
definitely
you're
not
not.
my genre.
I also used to sail, and I think every guy who sails likes Vampire Weekend. It's like a thing. It's just like you go up to somebody, you're like, Vampire Weekend, Vampire Weekend, Vampire Weekend. It's like you're speaking their language. You're like, sailing, Vampire Weekend, Nautica, Sperry's, yes.
No.
Vineyard Vines?
No.
It's kind of a joke, but
It
it's
kind
not
of
really.
makes me laugh a little bit how we ended up meeting and then now we're actually dating because I feel like we just came from such different, like just corners of life.
We can't talk about it because in the canon of the podcast, we met on Mars. Remember, we said
yes, I know we met on Mars. However,
we came from different walks of life on Mars.
Walks of life compared to where we are now. It's insane to me. Because 10 years ago, I would not have dated you, and you definitely would not have dated me.
When I was, yeah, you're right. No, 10 years ago, I was Sombrero Russell.
You're so cute.
No, 10 years ago, oh boy.
Sombrero Russell, you might hear us reference it a few times. No, you'll never see the picture because that's just something
I will eventually put it up.
That's left to your imaginations for now. However, there's this picture.
I had gray stained sweatpants up to my titties.
Literally, okay. Let's all sit and close our eyes. If you're driving, don't do it. But if you're sitting in a nice room, close your eyes and imagine this with me for a minute. We're going to go off to a lovely land of Sombrero Russell.
Like a 13-year-old.
Yes, so there's this 13-year-old kid with a shaved head.
I donated my hair to kids with cancer.
Russell had braces. So there's number one. And
what's wrong with braces?
He was a little on the I'm still proportioning where my body fat's supposed to go side of life.
Oh, excuse me.
I've got plenty of those photos too. Trust me, we all do. However, we've all had
The I'm with him photo?
Don't even. Anyway, so he's sitting there smiling. I don't even know what you're doing, but
I was at sailing practice.
You were at sailing practice, and this kid has like Walmart heather gray cinched at the bottom sweatpants on, and he's got a white oversized T-shirt
that has my high school's name on it,
and it's tucked in to these gray sweatpants. And y'all, he had it pulled up to underneath of his man boobs at the time. And he has the, like, craziest smile. And, to sum it all up, he's wearing a sombrero.
And
with white sneakers, guys.
So,
and
none of this is a lie.
No, I wish I could hear you.
This is all legit, 100%. It was probably one of the sexiest moments of my entire life.
Career.
I'm actually just scrolling through my phone right now to find the picture because it's a doozy.
It's definitely one of my favorite photos of him.
I love showing people because, oh no, I found it. Okay, so, yeah, no, this isn't a flattering picture.
Oh, and we've got the double thumbs up.
I have double thumbs up.
Wait, do you have braces in that?
Yeah, I have braces on. I have double thumbs up. I'm, like, looking real weird. So I was, like, 13, so I don't have any facial hair. I have double thumbs up, but, like, my thumbs are going too far out, so I'm like, I have like the Steve Urkel kind of thing going. I'm like, hey, it's like if the Fonz, it's like if the Fonz, Steve Urkel, and McLovin had a baby together, it would be this pose. My nickname when I was sailing by one of my coaches was McLovin, and I don't know if I like that. I don't even see McLovin in this. Do you? Is there a little McLovin in there?
There's a little McLovin. You got the
Women
cheeks.
love it. It's one name. McLovin. But then, yeah, that was... Wait, how did we get to McLovin? Oh, different walks of life.
Yeah.
So, yeah, another band, Vampire Weekend. Emma's actually looking at pictures of her where... Yeah, that doesn't even look like you.
I went through, like... I think we all... If you're a female, you definitely understand. You go through, like, a super, like... skinny phase, and then you go overboard with the plumping up, and then you finally like level out eventually, somewhat, kinda. I'm still working on the leveling, but there.
I remember when I was a little girl, I definitely, yeah, that was one of the things. It was big. It was a big deal. It's real big.
Yeah, I'm trying to find like this is a little too early for where the sombrero Emma version is.
So we just call sombrero Russell before I could figure out how to do things in moderation, and that's before I started weightlifting as well. Let me see. Oh yeah, we're talking there. There we're good.
Yeah.
Wait, what kind of cool Minnie Mouse? That's Minnie Mouse Emma.
Thanks. It is Minnie Mouse Emma.
But no, we're not shitting on people who are overweight. We're shitting on each other because we have really embarrassing pictures.
That's probably one of the worst.
Oh, yeah.
You're such an ass.
But I remember you sent the picture of me as Sombrero Russell to other people.
To my mom.
And then I have gotten it in return as how did you get that picture? Oh, I wonder. That's actually on my Facebook. No, it's not. I took that picture off my Facebook.
I only sent it to my mom.
Okay.
I never sent that picture to anyone else.
Okay. Cool.
Whoever else got a hold of it, I don't know, but I only sent that to
I know my roommates have it.
Oh, yeah, no, I didn't send that to your roommates.
Someone stole off my phone then. But, no, we're definitely not trying to fat shame on people or anything like that just because...
We're just going through our own history.
No, we are making fun of each other. If you're heavy, if you're skinny, you're amazing. Just be happy with who you are or whatever.
Yeah, I'm gonna be real. I wasn't happy with myself for a while, so it's more so on I'm happier now, which is nice. But yeah, anyway.
But back to music.
Yes. I don't even know how we got into Sombrero Russell.
It's different walks of life, and then sailing, and then that.
Yeah.
But Emma calls me a bit of a hipster with music. It's because I listen to a lot of like Father John Misty and stuff like that.
Okay, it's not because of what he listens to, it's how he describes it, as in, I was the first one to follow them. I was the first 10 people to follow them on Instagram. That is the first thing that comes out of his mouth, and I'm like, #hipster. She's
definitely not wrong about it.
I'm not.
The only band, there's like two bands I can say that for that I was a fan of before they got incredibly popular. One of isn't really popular still, or kind of it's getting there. It's Strawnway, and they're getting there. And then another one who's I think they are getting there is Big Cat Empire. I've been a fan of them since like 2005, and they're still like they're getting up there. And Crystal Fighters. You know, we actually know someone who partied with them. Yeah, we know someone who partied with them. He, I'm not going to name his name or anything, but this guy we both know was at a show and met them outside the show and like smoked with them. I'm not gonna say who it is. I'll tell you later.
Do we know him from school?
Yeah, we know him from school. But he actually has pictures to prove it. I'm like, that is the craziest thing ever.
It's pretty intense.
In what?
Intense.
You said incense.
I don't know.
Oh.
Please stop playing with the pig.
Oh, we have this thing. It's you can buy them at a lot of places, but it's like a phone stand, but it looks like a little pig, and we call it the nipple pig because there's like a little nipple suction cup on it. But I was playing with it on my hand and my foot.
The best thing was in Russell. This was last year. This is a funny sidebar. Russell decided to be a really good idea to put it on his forehead and like stick it to his forehead, but then he fell asleep with it on his forehead. And what happens when you apply suction to skin on your face?
You get like a big hickey on it.
He had a circular hickey on his forehead for literally 2 weeks, and it was the funniest shit because everyone kept asking him what happened.
I had the nipple pig. What can I say? Good times. So what are other bands? What music you like? Music things.
Music songs. And things and such and stuff and things and what?
I don't like Kanye West. I'm gonna get out there and say it.
I don't either.
I liked him like on Graduation and like 808s and Heartbreak or whatever. He was good, but then he went insane. Yes. He lost his goddamn mind. Yeah. I'm gonna say another one. I don't like Taylor Swift. I don't care.
Nope.
The whole oh my god, the new Taylor's dead or whatever. Shut up.
What happened with her?
She dated guys to write songs about them, and now she's pretending to be Miley Cyrus. Which, I mean, cool. You have billions of dollars and more money than I'll ever have in my entire life. But...
Ooh, super solid one that I totally looked over. Galantis. One of my key favorites. I love
Peanut butter jelly.
Yeah, okay, so Galantis is totally strange. I'm gonna be real. I love their music. It's totally...
It's two guys. They're a DJ group a lot like the band Justice, if you guys don't know who Justice are. They're DJs, but it's a lot more like orchestral kind of music. It's not as... I mean, it's very synthy, but they're very different. They're more like Kygo than they would be like...
If you haven't been able to figure out yet, Russell's definitely more of like the older rock kind of style thing, and I'm more EDM.
Well, I don't like...
But we're not full on both those categories.
Yeah,
we lean more towards... I lean more towards synthetic, he leans more towards authentic, and that's kind of
Or more towards acoustic.
Yeah, so we kind of differ
I'm going to be honest, I don't really like rock music, like I don't like Metallica, I don't like Led Zeppelin.
I'm meaning more so
like The Killers.
Yeah.
I think the most intense music I'll go is like Queens of the Stone Age, and I know they're not that intense, but that's about as metal as I'll go. Or what are they called? I'm sorry, I am drawing a blank. Billy Corgan, Smashing Pumpkins. Mm-hmm. They're about as like intense as I go, and I know that's like level 3 kind of stuff, but
Phanogram. That's another one.
Oh, Phanogram? Mm-hmm. Very good.
Louis Del Mar and Mike Snow are another
pair. Mike Snow?
Yes.
Mike Snow's 3 guys or 4 guys? It's a bunch of dudes.
It's a bunch of dudes.
3 guys. 3. Alt J.
San Cisco
and Alt J. You know, I actually saw... I know this is going to sound hipster as shit. Hippocampus. This is going to sound hipster as shit, but I actually saw San Cisco at their first show in the United States. It was at Lollapalooza, and I didn't even know who they were. Mm-hmm. But at the show at the end, they're like, oh, this is our first show ever in America. And I was like, oh, wow.
Grizz Folk is another big one. I love Grizz
the Griswolds as well are another band. Sorry, we're just naming off hipster bands that are on like this playlist that we have.
It's not even a playlist. I'm just.
Is this just like related artists?
Yes, because fortunately for me, I forget names very, very, very often.
Spotify sponsor us.
Yes, please. Oh my goodness. I am the Mogwais.
We have to listen to them later because they're. You know when you like have a song or an artist that you really like, and then you totally forget about it, and then you hear the song again in a store, or you hear like a jingle that kind of sounds like it, and it gets stuck in your head.
Yes. The Mr. Wives are another one.
Yes.
And then AJR.
Yep.
Small Pools and Ren Weaver.
Most people listening to this are going to be like, Who the hell are they talking about?
I know. Ex-Ambassadors. Everyone should kind of have an idea on Ex-Ambassadors. They took a main stage at Lola, so I feel
What
like
is? What was their big song? Can you tip me?
They have a few.
It's
probably Renegades.
Jungle.
Oh, yep, I can see that too.
Jungle, I think, was their big
Renegades
song.
kind of took off.
Yeah.
Last AWOL Nation. That's a very unpopular one with people, I've realized.
It's not your fault. It's not your fault. That's AWOL Nation song.
Yeah, I'm looking at you like, yeah, you're right. No, I like AWOL Nation a lot, actually. Bastille, they're okay. Other than Monsters and Men, I don't know how I could
They're from like Norway, right?
Yeah, I think so. And then there's which one fell apart, and it was like, oh,
I love the Arctic Monkeys.
I do know you love the Arctic Monkeys. Oh, this is gonna be really upset. It's three men, and they like separated, they split, and they were like foreign, and they like, it was a song that you really like too, and it was like something about being on a hill and losing like the love of your life.
What
is it?
Swedish House Mafia.
Yes, Swedish House Mafia. I could not remember the name of them.
It's Sebastian Grosso, Axwell, and it's
what is the name of the song though?
It's Don't You Worry, Child.
Yes.
Don't you worry, child.
Anyway.
You
have a beautiful singing voice.
But I think like favorite bands, Queen. Freddie Mercury is my boy always. I love Elton John.
It's hard for me to pick a favorite because honestly, I switch my tastes like hourly, so I can't really like, pick one that I fall back on always. Because sometimes I'm just like, that sounds awful right now. So I don't know. I'm very fly by night, I think, with that. But yeah, so that's just a massive 45-minute long list of our favorite favorite bands.
Talking about embarrassing pictures of us.
Hey, everybody likes hearing about that.
I think a thing that we're going to try to do, just as a heads up for people listening, is we're going to try to do some voiceover for different TV shows and movies and things. We're going to try a few in a little bit to see if they work as proof of concept and if people like them, if they download them, because we can see how many downloads they get. If it gets a lot of views.
Also, comment. Give us a rating. Please tell us what you do, don't like. I mean, we'd like to know.
I'll sell myself for anything.
Yeah, we will.
I'll sell out
almost
fast.
anything, unless it's mustard.
I will. If someone just gave me a thing of like, is Heinz make mustard as well as ketchup?
Yes.
If someone just gave me a pool full of mustard and a big old, like, so if I got like a jacuzzi just full of bubbling mustard and then just someone dumped hot dogs on me, if I swam in hot dogs and mustard, you're done. It's game over. I'll sell out for that. Heinz, hit us up. Give me that mustard bath. Or Heinz and Hebrew National.
What's your favorite hot dog brand? This is a really important thing.
There's like ballpark dogs, like the ballpark. I know they're gross, but Hebrew National, because they're like they have that like when you bite.
Are they the Go Meat ones? Go Meat.
That's Hillshire Farms.
That's right.
Hillshire Farms. Go Meat. What's your favorite hot dog? If you say a bratwurst brand, you're getting out of here.
I love brats, don't get me wrong. However, if we're going straight hot dog, the Cheddarfield Oscar Myers.
Ew, gross. It's just a hot piece of lava cheddar in there that burns.
It's the best.
If I want a hot dog, I don't want cheese.
Do we put shredded cheese on our hot dogs?
No. What are you, a savage?
No.
Would you grow up in a barn? You don't put shredded cheese on. That's a chili dog.
Pickle slivers. Queritos.
It's like pickle spears.
But like, they're the best. I love them.
Okay, everyone. Chicago style hot dog right now.
Sesame seed bun.
There we go. She's not even from Chicago. Sesame seed bun. Then you get a boiled dog. You don't get grilled. You get it like boiled, or what is it? It's
pressure cooked?
No, it's like in water. Is it boiled? Yeah, it's boiled.
Bulldog.
Bulldog?
Stop. You get a bulldog.
And then you get mustard. And then tomato slices or tomato like stop. She's like miming me. Chopped tomatoes. Chopped onions. Sport peppers, pickles spear, and then there's that weird sport salt they put on. It's like I don't know what it is.
It's just salt. I think
it's not just, but it's like salt, pepper, and something else.
I think it's garlic salt or something.
So that goes on top, and then
last but not least,
what?
I'll give you the final. The relish. Did you
Oh,
forget
pickle
about the
relish. Yeah, I don't love pickle relish.
I
though.
don't either, but you still can't
Yeah,
forget about it. It's a
pickle
standard
relish.
Chicago
And
dog.
that's a Chicago dog. It's
Also,
essentially a meal.
Portillo's, sponsor us. You are my love. Your
Spo-
cake shakes will turn me into the next sombrero
You know, there-
Russell.
Okay. You know, those cake shakes and a lot of different milkshakes at different brands, not just Portillo's, have mayonnaise in them.
How do you say that?
Mayonnaise. What are you gonna say? I always say it like Forrest Gump or whatever. Mayonnaise.
Mayonnaise.
How do you say it? Do you say it like mayonnaise?
I say mayonnaise.
It's not mayonnaise.
I understand it's not
mayonnaise.
mayonnaise. I'm sorry, but you totally are pulling a Forrest Gump vibe. But I like, can I have some mayonnaise with my dog?
Jenny, I would love some
People are
mayonnaise.
cringing at that right now.
But I love mayo.
Lieutenant
Or no, I
Mayo.
hate mayo. Sorry. Inconsistency.
I'm the one that loves mayo.
Yeah.
Don't forget that. Also, if you're ever wondering if you have a Wendy's near you, go get the spicy nugs with nacho cheese and mayonnaise. Dip in both of them. It's so gross sounding, but it's the
Nacho
best
cheese
thing.
is the grossest shit
But
ever.
everyone eats it on everything.
No.
Chocolate chip cookies dipped in nacho cheese is so good. There's Sara Lee. It's a box, like a big old box of like 50 chocolate chip Sara Lee cookies in there in the freezer aisle. Buy them.
Did you-
Buy a bag of nacho
So-
cheese and go ham.
Okay, that's disgusting. That's the grossest shit I've ever heard. But there used to be a Sara Lee shop near my house.
I'd be two-ton tassy.
There was one, you know, when you're driving to my house, there's like a 7-Eleven right on the corner.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
a corner, it's right by where you had your car accident. There's
Yeah.
a 7-Eleven there. There used to be a Sara Lee store right next there.
That sounds nice.
Yeah, we used to go there like every weekend. My mom would get like
I used to
Sara
work
Lee
in a
stuff.
chocolate shop, guys. It was the worst decision I ever made because we were allowed to take half a pound of chocolate home every shift we worked. Half a pound.
That explains so much.
Oh, really? What are you trying to say? Is that a fat joke?
Oh no! I'm trapped.
Yes, you are.
No, it's not. But yeah, I understand
Guys,
why they did it.
Guess what? We're about to go to Starbucks for our second time today.
What she means by that is she is going to
you
hold
can't-
me at gunpoint and force me to drive her to a Starbucks for the second time
Never
today.
once have I forced him to drive me to Starbucks. First of all, he told me before we started this podcast that we were going, and I didn't even instigate that. Second of all, his funky butt when we do go there is like, yes, can I have some sous vide egg bites and a pink drink? Like, that is him all around.
Okay, the sous vide egg bites are straight fire.
Oh, they are the bacon
Pink-
ones. Go for the bacon ones.
Bacon and Gruyere.
Yeah. No one can ever pronounce that cheese, right? Let's be real.
What else? Pink drinks and the Cool Lime Refresher with Coke and vanilla. I'm getting to that place right now. I'm getting there.
Oh, I feel like I need to leave or they need to plug their ears or something.
But no, those two drinks,
yeah.
they're making my mouth water.
Mouse?
My mouth is watering.
Yeah, no, I don't think I really have a go-to. I kind of switch it up all the time on you, but...
Anya?
Anya?
I'm gonna switch it up, Anya.
That's how I talk. You got a problem with that, Mr. Both over there?
Yeah.
Over by
Over
both the
oh,
fountain
over there,
and the
eh?
snack. Anyway, we're really nice to each other, if you haven't been able to tell. There's also another thing you always get at Starbucks for a while. Oh, their Thanksgiving sandwich with the stuffing.
Okay, their Thanksgiving sandwich is straight fire.
Fire.
It's like a, what is it? What's the kind of bread? What's the ciabatta? It's ciabatta bun.
Ciabatta bun? Ciabatta,
Okay,
ciabatta
it's a ciabatta bun. I get. Okay, it's a
we
ciabatta
need to
bun with turkey on it, and then they have gravy, stuffing, cranberry bits, and there's like one other thing. And let me tell you, do it now. Do it before it's over. Stop doing that to me, Emma. If you guys didn't know as well, sometimes when I've been editing the podcast, I've realized it, that our voices go a little bit in and out. It's because we're actually talking into one centralized microphone,
Yes.
and we don't have separate ones. That, I mean, will come with time and potential upgrades. But, so that's why our voices can come in and out a
Yeah, we
bit.
also lean in and out a lot because we can't sit still.
Yeah, we both have like
We're both
Tourette's or
so-
something.
We're so overly caffeinated all the time that it's a problem, I'll be honest.
It's
What's another
yeah, it's
thing
bit-
you always get?
What's another thing I always get from Starbucks? There was a while where I got the vanilla frappe. Remember, there's
Frappuccino. Oh,
the vanilla frappuccino?
You just did Starbucks dirty. They're not going to sponsor us now. Frappe is a McDonald's term.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Actually, frappe is a French word for hit, so I have no idea why that's the word they chose, but...
Because it's going to hit your fucking body like a train.
They made retip.
Retip. Okay, guys. There's a Family Guy thing that is...
Is his name Retip, or is that his evil twin? I think it's his hairless twin.
It's his hairless twin.
It's
the
Retip. Hairless... No, Retip isn't the hairless twin. Retip's the one that has the green shirt and the white pants.
Oh, what? Okay, wait. Keep talking. Keep explaining. I'm going to look it up.
Okay, so I don't remember. I think it is just called his hairless twin, but Peter Griffin in Family Guy. I don't know if you watch it, but I am a very large fan of Family Guy.
No, Retip is his evil twin with the green shirt.
Yes, yeah, okay, so Retip's the evil twin, but then there's a hairless twin that Peter... Yeah, Peter has more than twins. Anyway, Anyway, they keep him in the shed in the backyard. And he's like hairless and
he's like white. He's like an albino hairless twin.
Well, it's because they keep him in the shed and he gets no sun. The episode's great. The snippet's hilarious. They open the shed and he's like, the moon burns.
And then Peter's like, if you're really good, when Christmas comes, you can have all the
eggshells and coffee grounds.
And then, then like the twin is like... Settle down. Then the twin is like, can I see the family? He's like, no, you've overstepped. No Christmas for you.
And he slams the door. Anyway, so... It sounds so mean now that I'm thinking about it. We had a guy that was taking our Starbucks order.
He was really mean.
He was. He had an attitude. He like rolled his eyes at me and I was kind of like, you need to calm
down,
But
it wasn't
sir.
just like rolled his eyes. He was just kind of... So
he kept cutting us off and not listening to what our order actually was.
And when we went up to the window, we like paid with two different phones with the card thing, and we were like, hey, can you do this thing, whatever. And then he kind of was just like pissed about it. And I understand we are complicating and say, I do get that. I do understand if you have two people pay and you're in line and blah, 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 blah. But he was like being kind of mean. And then
Okay, if we were both giving him change, like if we were giving him cash, but it was all in like pennies, and both of us had separate orders, I can understand
You said bulls.
Shut up. I can understand it pissing someone off, but we were both using the app, so all he has to do, I know this, is tap a button, scan the phone. Tap another button, scan the phone. It's not like we were giving him some complicated ass change thing.
The bigger thing was we both got a drink, and then we both got egg bites or whatever.
Bacon and Gruyere.
Gruyere, egg bites. And it is Starbucks in the middle of the day, so it is a bit crowded. But we were in the drive-thru, and he forgot the egg bites, and he was like, "Why are you guys still here?" He's like, "What?" And we're like, "Oh, egg bites, please." And he's literally like, "Ugh." And like walked back and get him and kind of threw him at us. And I'm like,
this bitch looked like the evil twin off Family Guy.
That's why we brought that up.
And it looks just like him. I'm like, oh no. It hit me like a freight train when we left. I was like, that's what he looks like to me. Because he looked familiar. And I was like, wow, you look like Peter's hairless twin in Family Guy.
And I wouldn't be so mean, but it was just like, I understand your job is hard because Starbucks, I'm sure, it would give me a panic attack because I don't have the organizational skills to do that.
It's not that bad once you get used to it, and that's where my problem was.
Even if your job is hard, don't be mean to the clientele because they haven't done anything wrong.
Yeah, like I said, we weren't giving him that complicated of a task, so I don't feel bad for him because I've worked in those positions plenty of times, even coffee shops, and I'm like, I don't feel bad for you. This is like... I am gonna piss off some baristas right now if they're listening, but it's not that hard, guys. Seriously, it's not. Yeah, I get it. You get complicated orders, but you're making drinks at the end of the day. You're not doing brain surgery. Like, calm down. You don't need to get a pissy attitude.
Okay.
Calm down, but yeah,
I don't think I've ever had that much hate in my heart for Starbucks.
It's just because I've worked the position.
I know you were a barista
people
forever.
Just bitch about it, and I'm like, the job's really not that. You're getting paid. I mean, it's not like you're doing this out of the kindness of your heart.
You're also where Emma used to work as a barista. That I think we mentioned on like the first or second episode. It was like a chain, but it wasn't like a huge chain. Mm-hmm. And I know she did it. And there was always like a 50-person line. There wasn't a drive-thru where she worked. So I do understand why it'd be stressful, but yeah. It's
just, I don't know. Yeah, there's going to be shitty people, and it does suck, but I don't know. Don't have an attitude with everyone about it. I mean, they want their drink. They're paying you almost $10 a drink, so chill. Seriously. It's like you don't see a bartender getting pissy with people all the time. Unless you don't pay enough, and then, yeah, I can understand that.
I've had bartenders get pissy. We were at a bar.
Here's my money. Can I have one alcohol, please?
May I have one alcohol? So we were at a bar in Hollywood, and it was a bar that doesn't card. I'm not going to shout out any bars because, I mean, I was old enough, but there was someone with us who was just under the age.
Yeah.
And we actually didn't realize it was a bar. We were going there because there's a rooftop thing. And I was like, what? They didn't card me? That's weird. Whatever. But we went there, and it was not busy. So it's not like the bartender has 1,000 other people to get to before me. And it's like, if you tip well, he'll come back. There was like 9 people in the bar. If that, and it was a huge room.
Yeah.
And so he came back to us, and I legit ordered drinks for like the people I was with. And he legitimately, nothing was hard. It was like straight up beers, so you don't have to make anything. And the other thing was a shot for somebody. And he gave me the meanest look and comment. He's like, would you like anything else? And I'm like, dude, I didn't just ask you to make the martini from James Bond and then like 3 other things from a movie just based on like a description. I asked you for like 2 beers and a shot. And he's like, ugh. And I'm like, shit, did I just ask not the bartender for a drink? But he did come back and I tipped him. But I was like, that's like what you're saying. Like, I understand it can be stressful. You can have a bad day, but I don't know. Don't be mean to the clients.
If the client's not being a dick to you, don't reciprocate the dick attitude kind of thing. I guess
that just creates a problem.
Yeah,
but
you don't need to be an ass.
With Starbucks, we've also been part of 2 paying for the person behind you
forward
chains.
Lines. Oh, I love those. They're my favorite because you'll go up there and they're like, oh, the person in front of you paid. So typically the positive response would be, oh, let me pay for the person behind me, which we've done.
We've done both times.
I just feel bad for those people that like are in front of the like bus of 27 girls that all ordered
from
large
soccer practice
frappuccinos. I'm like, I am so sorry.
You like your order is $640, and it's just like, oh.
Then I can understand stopping the lines, but yeah, there's some that go for like 8 hours.
I would feel so bad. I would just be so upset if that's like when you're like the barista in charge and like you're doing the drive-through or wherever the line is coming from, and there's just that one guy who's like, no.
See, I thought that for a while, but then I really sat and looked at my own bank account, and I'm like, there's some days where, that's all I have is the one, like, that $5 I've saved back all week, to order my one Starbucks, and I don't have the other money to spare.
Yeah, and
So I understand that, but also sometimes I'm just like, I just gotta pay for it a little bit.
I know one time there was one that was going for 9 hours, and someone didn't pay, and the barista put his own money forward and continued the line.
Mm-hmm. I did read about that.
And just like lied.
Because they're just cool about it, It's just so cool that they were able to do that.
But on the whole, don't be a monster.
Yep.
Be nice to people.
Yep.
And listen to good music. Sorry, I was playing with the nipple pig again, and I popped it off the table, and everyone there is going to hear it because it's right there on the meter.
Anyway, we gotta go because we got a lot of stuff that we gotta get finished by the end of the day. So.
But thank you again for listening to our rant.
It's been a hell of a good time.
Welcome if this is your first episode, and if it's not, thank you for
coming back.
Thank you for listening to us
because we don't even like listening to each other. So
that's why we do this.
Yep.
But,
all right. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming and listening to us one more time. If you don't mind giving us a rate, subscribe, whatever else that people ask you to do anymore.
You can just send us money.
Thank you for interrupting me.
Send us money. Just send us a check. Just give us money.
Rate us. Please rate us. Get us out there. Suggest us to your friends. I mean, we'd love to get some more listens any day of the week.
Next funeral you're at?
Yeah. Hey, bring it up. Be like, yo, I get it. Auntie Jemima died, but...
I know how to kill your sadness with this podcast.
Oh, too soon.
Yeah, next funeral you're at. Next office, like next time you're firing a coworker, it's like, hey, I know I have to lay you off, but to cheer you up,
here's this awesome podcast. Totally check us out.
But like, actually, if you like it, do share. It does help.
Yep. And
if you don't like it, don't tell people you don't like the podcast. Don't say anything.
If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it at all.
But if you
Much love.
If you want to do a Q&A episode, we're going to try to work on it. Please send your Q&A questions in. We want to know. Or you can comment them. And thank you for everyone who's listening. This is See What Sticks, a podcast about everything and nothing. And I think this week we have definitely demonstrated that this show is about everything and actually nothing.
Absolutely. Much love, y'all, for coming back and listening. Or if you're new, much love to you. Have a great afternoon, evening, morning, whatever time of day it is. And
drive safe.
Yeah, drive safe.
Or if you're listening to this while you're pooping, poop safe.
Spay and neuter your cats and dogs, y'all.
Yeah, and poop safe if you're listening to this while pooping. I listen to a lot of podcasts while I'm on the toilet.
I never have. But, all right, bye-bye.
Toodles!